Hey, Craig, let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Mr. Craig.
That's me. Here we go.
What do you got there, guy?
It's Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's. And I just said to you, I said, you're eating ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So today's been a crazy day, right? And then
Already.
And you said I didn't work out.
No.
You said I didn't get to do all the stuff. And I'm a little off today. And I said, I bet your thought process was I didn't work out, so I might as well eat ice cream.
Might as well. I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. So, no, I mean, you got to treat yourself. I don't eat ice cream very often.
It's just
I do ride 53 miles very often, at least every other day.
Yes, and just to let everybody know, it is 10:35 in the morning. So this is him 5 o'clock at night. But that brings me to another good point that my wife actually, she can bake a cake, and we'll everybody can have cake, and it's not a birthday, and I find that odd too. I find
and you have your cake
mid
and eat it.
Apparently so, yeah. Apparently.
Step on you. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. So we had Garrett J. White this week. Oh my gosh.
And some people might even say that's just for dudes. It's kind of a dude's thing. But you know what? What's very interesting is we occasionally talk about our wives on the show because we know they're not going to listen.
Right.
So something that was very interesting. She's a big Instagram person, and I was on there. Oh, I posted the picture that was real funny of me with Garrett, where I'm making like the sad face because it's something about the agents, whatever.
Right.
And what was interesting was I said, "Hey, did you see the picture of me? It's terrible." And she looked and she laughed at it. She goes, "You guys are friggin' idiots." And then she said, "Wait, who's this guy?" And I said, "Well, that's Garrett White. It's the guy I told you about where I was all excited that we get to talk to this guy because he's big time. He's with Tony Robbins. He does all this stuff." And and so she starts investigating. I didn't say, "Hey, check him out," because if I did that, then she would have just, not looked. But she on her own starts investigating. And then she goes to one of his pages, ends up on a landing page, watches this video, and the video's called "You Must Divorce Your Wife." And she's like, "What the hell?" I mean, shocking, right? Shocking title.
Good pattern.
So she watches the whole thing, and obviously it's about it's about kind of how he screwed up and failed his marriage, all these things. And then he's like, "I don't mean divorce her in the sense of actually divorce, but divorce that relationship." And I love the way that he thinks. He'll take something, and I mean, so this happens a lot, especially whether it's in your relationships, whether it's at work. I mean, maybe you need to divorce those old habits because that's how you molt and develop into something new, right?
Right. And that's what he's talking about too, pre-frames, right? Like the frame that like the next version of you that you want to become, the next level of you that you want to become, you have to change you first to be that person so that you can step into that. Yeah. And you're right. Divorce those old ways of doing stuff. Those old ways won't get you to the next thing.
Yeah. Right? And he's doing stuff. It's not Warrior is not just for the dudes anymore, right? There's the women are participating now.
Yes. Yeah. Very
interesting. And all of the genders. So.
Right. No, it's for every gender.
Yeah. And I want to also be clear that I'm not divorcing the old Craig who works out and becoming one who just eats ice cream. You can treat yourself every now and then.
Maybe you got separated from him today. You're just separated. You're kind of staying in.
Well, I got up.
Different houses.
I mean, I got up. I got up early it was like 4. I got up. My wife had this commitment to run this half marathon today, and it's a virtual. And so she followed through on her commitment. I walked over to so she ran, but she has to just track it, whatever. I went to the espresso machine, made myself espresso, drank it, ate a cereal, and I said, "You know what? I'm going to go back to sleep." And I went back to sleep. So I didn't
that
do it
one
right.
little tiny decision
Yep.
derailed your entire morning,
Yeah,
which is
kicked my
followed
routine.
up to 10:30. It's 10:30. Now it's 10:40 here.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
interesting, though, to look at it
in
that
the
way.
way with which I normally operate, right? We were on
Yeah.
before this, acting a little frantic, and instead of scheduling and sticking to the schedule, what was I was taking like inbound and just like, well, what am I doing? this is insane. So,
Totally.
but
Which we
it,
all do, right?
yeah, and you can't beat yourself up.
But it's
But
interesting. Like, we've been trying to get on schedules lately and really tightening up schedules.
Mhm.
And we're trying to do it at our agency. Well, you and I are trying to do it. And it's funny, though, going back to like your morning, and it's funny how that one little shift in behavior
Mhm.
took you in a different direction.
Yeah.
And it will continue unless you go back to that boom schedule thing. And you did. You said,
Sure.
listen, let's get back. We talked
Yeah.
earlier and you said, let's get back to the schedule. And we did.
Yeah.
And now we're back on track.
Yeah. Whereas yesterday, right, was back to back, ultra scheduled. And in the middle, there was like a 15-minute sliver where we could have kept going or whatever. And I said, hey, look, I got to take that 15 minutes because you went to have lunch with your wife. And I said, I have to meditate in this 15 minutes. And I did. And it was like the reset. And if you can find that, ooh, that's some next level. So
that's it.
Yeah.
I want to encourage everyone to have an awesome weekend. Talk about reset, get that mind straight, get your schedules for next week. It's Friday. How many times do you actually write a schedule for next week? Like put your Monday plan together based on this week's plan or the things that happened this week so you can come in hot Monday. Or if you work over the weekend, you might as well, schedule that out too. I can't.
Yeah. Hey,
I have a hard time.
We'll help.
Yes.
We can help with that, right? If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you're going to get something every day that you can use as part of your schedule for your meetings that you have with your staff every day. What? You have meetings every day? Yeah.
Yep.
You've got to.
Yep.
You must. Right?
Yeah.
And once you do, you do. When you don't, you won't. I mean, it's amazing how it just, when you do it and then you do 2 days, you're like, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. And then, of course, subscribe to the thing on iTunes, to the podcast itself. And you get those notifications. You won't forget. It'll stack. You'll see them and you'll listen to them. You'll do them. And then you'll eat some ice cream.
Keep it real this weekend and keep it real positive.
Yes. We'll see you on the flippity side.
On the flippity flip.
The flippity flip.
Hey, you've got to check out the Insurance Dude's Inner Circle coming soon, where you get extended interviews as well as live coffee talks in our private Facebook group. Join the mailing list today at theinsurancedudespodcast.com.
Hey, thanks for checking out The Insurance Dudes. Hey, please subscribe. We got some really great stuff coming out.